Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best camp stoves.
Starting at number 5.
Solo Stove Ranger. If you don't own a solo stove, there's a good chance someone else in your life does. The Texas label has expanded its roster of fire pits and accessories over time, though we're partial to the Ranger 2.0 because it's capable yet portable. It topped our roundup of the best portable fire pits. Weighing no more than your grandma's feisty chihuahua, the ingenious design filters air through an inner layer of metal to produce a clean, smoke-free flame that burns wood as efficiently as your neighbor's Prius burns gas. Obviously, you could skewer a few hot dogs and marshmallows before letting them char over the fire, but we recommend picking up a few accessories, like the cast iron grill top that offers up a sizable searing station above the flames. No, the Ranger 2.0 isn't the cheapest stove on the market, but it sure is handy, versatile and efficient.
Coming at number 4.
Jetboil HalfGen Basecamp. This modular camping stove from Jetboil can be used as a standalone stove, or you can daisy chain it to other JetLink-compatible stoves to create a broader cooking range. With enough power to boil water in just over 3 minutes, the HalfGen isn't blowing other well-rounded camping stoves out of the water, but it is efficient enough to whip up some fare on the fly. The 9-inch, ceramic-coated pan is easy to clean should eggs or pancake batter come in contact with the burner, though such messes are unlikely given the stove's circular profile that fits directly under a pan. A nifty regulator lets you dial in the heat, from simmer to full boil. There's no denying that the HalfGen is a bit pricey. It costs almost as much as the Everest 2X, yet it lacks a burner and 10,000 BTUs. But if you need a single burner stove and appreciate the ability to expand your cooking setup for larger parties, this is a solid pick. And it's one that's built to last.
At number 3.
Perhaps the smallest. The Soto WindMaster stove we just talked about? That's a very small stove indeed, and one that's perfectly suitable for thru-hikers worrying about gear weight. But for those folks that don't worry about gear weight so much as they obsess over it, this is the stove to go with. Snow Peak's LightMax stove weighs 1.9 ounces to the WindMaster's 3.1 ounces. Folded up, the LightMax is small enough to fit in the change pocket in a pair of jeans. We know this to be true because we just tested it with ours. Yet when screwed onto a canister of fuel and fired up, which you need to do with a lighter or matches, FYI, this little beast roars out with a flame hot enough for most any campsite cooking. And it quickly boils water, which can be critical when you're melting snow or filtering stream water during an outdoor adventure. One thing to note, this noisy stove's arms are pretty small even when folded out, so you need to balance pots and pans carefully. But all in all, we cut the LightMax a large amount of slack due to its compact size.
Number 2 of my list.
Soto WindMaster. The Soto WindMaster impressed us from the get-go for many reasons. Not only does this mighty little burner only weigh as much as a small apple and fit in the palm of your hand, it also performs surprisingly well across the board, which isn't something you can say about all backpacking stoves. The piezoelectric igniter works almost every time, the 4-flex pot support provides plenty of stability for large pots of water, and the concave burner keeps the flame alive in light wind. That's not to say this stove is perfect. The flame is a little loud, and the supports need to be removed and packed separately, which makes for a tedious process when the time comes to pack everything away in a single pot. It's also not the most compact stove on the market, but because it's such a well-rounded option, we're happy to carry it in our pack for the miles to come.
And number 1.
Camp Chef Everest. Complete with 2 mighty burners, an auto-ignition system and plenty of real estate for even your biggest pots and pans, the Everest 2X doesn't mess around. An update to Camp Chef's celebrated Summit stove, this revamped version operates more efficiently in almost every way, from the improved latches that feel less flimsy to the refined piezo auto-igniter that produces a flame every time without fail. The windscreens keep the flame alive, and despite the fact that this stove boasts plenty of power, it also has the ability to simmer at low temps as well. After spending time with a few different Camp Chef stoves in Jackson, Wyoming, in the dead of winter, no less, we're incredibly satisfied with the functionality, build quality and durability that defines the Utah Labels roster of assorted ranges. At 12 pounds, the Everest 2X is on the heavy side, and while it isn't exactly cheap, this beauty finally gives us reason to get excited when the time comes to serve up some grub at the campsite.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.